So hello my dear friends, welcome back. Welcome to your channel Cooking Astrology. First of all, I would like to thank all of you for subscribing my channel and liking my videos. Thanks a lot. So let's continue our journey, our series of planets through Navamsa Chart in Vedic Astrology. And in this particular video, let's try to understand our dear planet moon placement in the 10th house of your D-9 chart. And what are going to be the results that are particularly associated with this placement. Let's try to decode in this particular video. First of all, you need to have basic understanding with regards to the functionings of the 10th house of the D9 chart. Basically, any planet that is going into the 10th house have the capacity to create the amplification factor with regards to the significance of that particular planet. Any planet which is going into the 10th house, so 10th house is acting as an amplification factor, okay. This have the capacity to amplify the significance, Karak Tattva of all that grahas that are actually posited into this 10th house. Secondly, this is also the Sukh Sthana. Sukh means the kind of contentment and satisfaction that you are going to be gaining into your own life after obtaining the materialistic wealth actually. You see many people, even after obtaining a lot of money, they will not be able to enjoy their wealth actually. So the kind of enjoyment which wealth is going to give you, that is also going to be coming specifically from the 10th house. This is also the house which shows the combined business operations carry forward between you and your partner, okay. Husband and wife, any sort of joint business ventures which you are going to be inculcating in your own life, that part is also connected particularly with the 10th house. Now, very first thing, whenever the planet like moon is entering into the 10th house, the very first thing, positive planets or the benefic grahas have the capacity to bring wealth into your own life. And if you want to check first of all from which area the wealth is coming in my own life, you need to pay attention towards the sign of Cancer, okay. Because the zodiac sign of Cancer is particularly ruled by planet moon, and you need to check the sign of Cancer into the D1 chart. Look in whichever house the sign of Cancer is posited. Like for example, if the sign of Cancer is posited in the 5th house, so 5th house is the house of children. It means children or childbirth have the capacity to bring wealth into your life. If it is connected with the 4th house, it means because of your own family. If it is in the 3rd house, it represents with regards to communication and with your self efforts that have the capacity to give you wealth. If it is connected with the 8th house, it means through speculation, speculative gains, even working into the professions like astrology, numerology, palmistry also have the capacity to bring wealth. So moon in the 10th house have the capacity to bring wealth, and the sign of Cancer actually shows the direction, okay, from which area the wealth is going to be flowing into your own life. Now in this 10th house where the moon is posited, second thing you need to pay attention towards the zodiac sign placement, okay. Look whether the moon is posited in the sign of Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, or which zodiac sign this moon is posited. And then you need to trace that particular lord, okay. Look wherever it is going into the D9 chart, it shows the flow of money and the outflow of the money, okay. So it means you are receiving wealth from one particular area and how that wealth is going to be getting distributed. Whether you are going to be utilizing that wealth for personal reason, for professional reason, or maybe for helping someone, doing charity, or maybe your lifestyle enhancement, that particular thing is particularly dependent over the zodiac sign placement of the moon. Like suppose moon is posited in the sign of Aries, Aries is ruled by Mars, check where the Mars is going, okay. It represents the flow of wealth is going to be in that particular area. Second important point, as I told you, this is the amplification factor. Now moon in Vedic astrology governs the mental emotions of a person, okay. Moon also represents your mood basically. So like right now, whether you are feeling happy, you are feeling sad, what kind of mood you are in right now. So moon, whenever it is going into the 10th house, this will naturally going to amplify a lot of mood swings inside a person. Irrespective of whether you are a male or a female, moon have the capacity to amplify a lot of emotions inside you. These people are also going to be very overly empathetic kind of people actually, okay, because moon in the 10th house have the capacity to act as a sponge. Sponge mean just like a sponge, if you put in water, what will happen? Sponge will soaking up all the water. Similarly, your mind is becoming very receptive in the 10th house. And here I will tell you the relationship between you and your partner also have the capacity to create a lot of impact in this moon actually. Because I will tell you one very simple thing here. If you count from the 7th house of the D9 chart, it's going 4 places away. And 7th house is the first house of your spouse actually. So 4 places away, it shows the happiness, satisfaction and contentment of your wife or your husband. Now, if moon is in the 10th, is going in the 10th house, what is happening? It shows the contentment and satisfaction of your life partner is also going to be dependent upon your own career. Or you can also consider the career is deeply interlinked with the kind of happiness and satisfaction which you are going to be gaining into your own life. If at some point, for example, the career graph is going very good, so moon is going to be going very good. It means the mental emotions are going to be very positive. But if at some point, for example, the career graph is dropping, so this have the capacity to negatively impact this moon. Because I told you it's a receptive planet. So if any sort of negativity, negative thought coming from the outside world in this moon, so that have the capacity to destroy the positive momentum which is present inside this moon. And that is also the reason why when it comes to the relationship aspect, moon mature at the age of 24 in Vedic astrology. Okay, every planet have certain maturity ages that are predefined. So it means the 24th year is going to be the transformative year in front of you. It may be the transformations are coming with regards to your career, with regards to relationships with the opposite sex. Even sometime it's connected with your mother at the same time. Okay, mother and motherland. But 24th year is going to be the major transformations which you are going to be experiencing into your own life. Now, I will tell you, depending over the dignity of this graha, like whether moon is in a very favorable placement or if it's a if the dignity of this graha is compromised, this have the capacity to alter the rest of your life. Okay. Now, when I'm saying dignity of moon, moon is first of all friendly with all the planets. Okay. So, whether moon is posited in the sign of Gemini, Virgo, Libra or any other sign, moon is behaving in a very friendly manner with every planet. But if, for example, there are certain afflictions which are surrounding this moon, affliction not necessarily like moon is debilitated, yes, that is affliction. I will explain you debilitation of the moon separately, but if Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, Mars or certain malefic grahas are forming conjunction, particularly in the 10th house, this is known as affliction. Now, this affliction particularly have the capacity to create lot of mental trauma in the very beginning stages of these people's life. Very beginning stages. As I told you, 24th year, it's going to be that transformative year. It means at the age of 24, you will go through certain dip. Okay. And then that dip might have the capacity to collapse you, or this also sometimes have the capacity to create spiritual awakening in someone's life. Specifically, if the Jupiter is also very favorably posited into your horoscope, or moon is receiving some sort of positive aspects or positive grahas, if they are surrounding that particular moon, then moon have the capacity to develop the higher understanding with regards to the operations part. Okay, how this nature is operating, how the universe is operating. This is also going to give you very sudden instinct and intuition inside you actually. Okay. And I will also tell you, if suppose the dip is coming, it means something good is also going to be awaiting for you. Now, depending over your Venus, okay, Mars and Mercury, these 3 planets, if these 3 planets, out of these 3 planets, check which planet is more favorable. So, the maturity ages of these planets, 25th, 28th and 32, these are the transformative years. It will take 2 years, sometime 4 years, 6 years to bring that positive transformations into your own life. Apart from this thing, 10th house is also the house which represents the combined business operations. As I told you, like husband and wife, they are going to be doing anything out of a combination. Now, with this moon placement, healing industry business, I have seen healing, okay, H-E-A-L-I-N-G, healing industry business is going to be very favorable. Moon is also the planet which represents the food business, okay, and it's not necessarily vegetarian food, it also sometimes represents non-vegetarian food, depending over the dignity and affliction to this moon. Moon also represents the alcohol business, okay, beverages basically, wine, whiskey and these kind of businesses can also be seen this planet moon. even if moon is forming connection with the Rahu and Ketu axis, then the real estate business can also be seen because of this moon placement out there. And I will tell you the joint operations, joint business operation with this moon also have the capacity to build a very strong professional bond between you and your partner. Because understand one thing here, because of your moon in the 10th house, you will not be able to find the contentment and satisfaction just by the love life, okay? If you think like that, okay, our love compatibility is going to be very great, it's not like that actually. Because moon is a very wavy graha, and it's not your waviness, it's the waviness of the other partner at the same time with whom you are getting married. So what will happen, the waviness of the other person is also going to be directly impacting you. So don't think like that moon is always going to be in the love part. No, I told you any sort of negative influence have the capacity to destroy the positivity. So the only parameter which is helping you to sustain this moon is the career aspect, and that is where you also need to become pretty serious when it comes to the career optionalities and career choices. I have also seen many individuals with weak moon placements, they are going into very difficult professions, okay, where you need to take the emotional burden of other people upon your life. Suppose you are choosing the profession like astrology, I'm just giving you one simple example, and people that are coming towards you, suppose they are having some set of trauma, some divorces, some negative happenings, they are happening in their own life. So if you are having moon weakly posited up there, then this have the capacity to bring their trauma directly into your own life. And that is where you need to be extra cautious at the time of deciding the career optionalities. Second important point, if Mercury, planet Mercury, is very favorable in the horoscope, I am talking about both D1 and in the D9 chart, then you can also make money through speculation and speculative industry. Because I will tell you one very simple thing here, planet like Moon, Venus and Mercury, they are also the planet which represents the combination of quick money, easy money. And as I told you, if it is forming connection with 5th house, 8th house, even 12th house also in the D1 chart, so it shows there are going to be lot of sudden gains. It may be in the form of winning a lottery ticket, sudden gain of inheritance, and in certain cases I will tell you, if 8th house is also very powerful in the both D1 and in the D9 chart, it also shows sudden gains because of your partner with whom you are getting married also have the capacity to bring that abundance or that wealth into your own life. Now let me take the special case scenario. Suppose the things are not matching with you, you need to check whether the sign of Scorpio or where the sign of Aquarius is posited in the D9 chart, because I will tell you these are the two zodiac signs in the D9 chart, and the planets which are posited in these two zodiac signs have the capacity to bring some major karma with one particular person. I am not talking about karma with multiple, with one particular person. So that major karma or major karmic association is also going to be connected with that part. You see, sometime there is one-sided love, like you are loving someone and the other person is not loving you back. It's that karmic backlog. In certain cases, you are having very long-term relation, maybe 7 years, 8 years, 10 years relationship, and out of a sudden the breakup is happening. It's that karmic backlog. Because you need to understand one thing here, D9 chart is not only the chart which represents relationship aspect or marriage. This is also the chart which shows the actual result of the graha. Actual result simply mean it's basically a part of mapping. Okay, mapping mean how the planets from D1 is getting mapped into the D9 chart. Mapping simply mean what is the actual core result, okay, or what is behind the scene which is associated with that particular graha. So if you are having some set of fixations or from fixed relationship happening with one particular person for certain durations of the time, and then out of a sudden these breakups are happening, it's because of the major karmic backlog which is associated with this graha. Because I will tell you, in some past lives, you are having moon in the 10th actually. Moon is not a benefic graha, okay, don't misunderstood moon is a very positive planet, no. Moon is also a mildly malefic planet, okay, I mean to say mildly malefic. Moon first of all have the capacity to give the results according to the zodiac sign placement and the dignity, okay. So whether the moon, the surrounding is with some different planet or some other malefic grahas, and at the same time the waxing half and the waning half of the moon, like whether you were born in the Shukal Paksh or the Krishan Paksh, it means the waxing half or the waning half. Because I will tell you, moon also have the capacity to create alterations depending over the Desh Kal Patra, the situation at the time you were born actually. This is a receptive planet, okay. All the mental programmings because of your family, because of your childhood, they are going to be deeply genetically programmed inside you. So rather than looking for answers outside, like why these things are happening with me at certain durations of the time, it's because of your own mental programming. In the original Kalpursh Kundli, natal, okay, Aries ascendant chart, moon is gaining control over the 4th house. And that is one of the most important houses when it comes to your own programming. Like how, because of the family, this have the capacity to create impact in your own life. Now suppose in your own family, between your father and your mother, there is constant fight and these things are happening. So this have the capacity to then negatively afflict your moon at the same time. Then when you become a younger or older version of them, and you will try to think like that, okay, why my relationships are also in that way? It's because of the mapping. Because I told you it's the receptivity of this graha. The very best way to deal with any sort of traumatic situations, if it is coming with the moon in the 10th house, is to have lot of letting go energy present inside you. Letting go mean like you easily let go things from your own life, not taking things too seriously, okay. If you are taking life too seriously, it will become problematic. So try not to take things seriously. Even also don't focus much over the future aspect. If you are constantly worrying about for next 5, 10, 15 years, this will spoil the moon actually. I made one separate playlist, how to spoil your planets. You can see that playlist up there, how to spoil planet moon. You will be able to understand that part up there. So these are the 3 preventive measures in which you will be able to prevent your moon up to very large extent. So this is the analysis with regards to moon placement in the 10th house, and I hope you have gained some deep insights in this video with me. If you have found little bit insights, you can contribute to my work by sending me super thanks also, and make sure to subscribe my channel below, hit the like button if you really enjoyed this video. Regarding any consultations with regards to marriage, career, business consultation or even spiritual consultation, do let me know. I will try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. And I'm going to meet you very soon in the next video. Till then, bye-bye and Hare Krishna.